Welcome back to Much Talks Degrassi. We're discussing depression and suicide because in the most recent episode entitled Bittersweet Symphony, the character Campbell Saunders, who's the all-star hockey player, takes his own life. We are opening up the conversation, and if you feel you need to talk to anyone, you're not alone. Kids Help Phone is available, and the number is on screen. And we'd also like to hear from you via Twitter at MuchMusic with your feedback about this episode of Much Talks Degrassi and what you're feeling. So let's talk about Mike Dallas and how he reacted to the death of Campbell. He was on the hockey team with Campbell, and this is how he reacted.
Does anyone know if he was getting bullied?
I guess we'll never know.
Dallas?
Ah! It's gonna be okay.
What? It's gonna be okay?
I don't know what to say.
Say it's our fault. Say we failed him. You and me.
Me?
You knew he had problems. He was crying. He was upset. Why didn't you do something? You should have done something. You did nothing.
Demetrius, how do you react to watching? You had some very emotional scenes in the episode.
Well, to be completely honest, I felt like the emotions were coming back. Because I remember the first time I'd read the script, literally my stomach just like dropped. Like I didn't know how to process it, you know what I mean? And I couldn't imagine actually being in that position and doing it. It's very emotional to watch, even though it is on television and whatnot. And, you know, it's obviously a recreation, but I could only imagine what the people actually go through who deal with it. It's very tough.
Okay, well, we have someone else joining us today who has struggled with mental illness and depression. Her name's Alicia Raimondo, and this is her story.
The beginning of my distress is I really never felt like I belonged. I just was so frustrated thinking that there was no way to fix me. I kind of felt like something was broken. When I was, about 12, I was looking at my other peers. I was realizing, hey, they're really having a lot easier time dealing with life than I was. And that recognition that something might be wrong was extremely scary for me. And then just not knowing who to talk to. I reached out to a teacher. She, was like, okay, well, we'll meet up at this place and we'll talk about it there. I overheard her saying goodbye to another teacher by saying, oh, I have to go help this crazy girl now. Hearing those words come out of somebody's mouth was really what caused me off the deep end, because I was thinking, there's no hope for me. I can't be here anymore. And I was just like saying my silent goodbyes, thinking that nobody would miss me. From there, I kind of just, signed off saying, this is it. I'm going to end my life and I'll be gone and nobody will have to worry about that crazy girl. My suicide attempt didn't work. I'm very thankful for that every day.
You said you kind of suffered in silence.
Yep.
Was there a point or was there a person or something that happened that made you then go seek out outside treatment?
What really changed my life was going to university and finding a charity called Mind Your Mind, because they empowered me. They showed me that, hey, you know what, you can get past this, you are enough. And I actually wear a bracelet that kind of commemorates that says, I'm enough and that is revolutionary. Because I don't get past the stigma. Every time I share my story, my legs are shaking right now, and then my stomach falls. Because it just feels like I'm never gonna get past it, and I still have bad days, but I just need to remind myself that I'm enough to get through and get to do what I wanna do.
What would you tell people watching how to react or how to deal with someone close to them or someone maybe just in their class that is suffering with these things?
This is gonna sound, silly and obvious, but ask. Because there's a lot of people, when I share my story with them, the first thing they do is, okay, I'm never leaving you alone, and if you say anything sad, I'm calling 911. No. It's kind of ask them what they want, ask them the support that they need, and if you're really worried, look up resources. I mean, I love Kids Help Phone, but as a kid, you could not get me anywhere near a phone. I had social anxiety like you wouldn't believe, so there's a lot of really great resources online, and organizations like Your Life Counts, where you can email in and they'll email you back in an hour.
Dwayne, do you want to address some of the other ways people can find help? Because I know Kids Help Phone has email as well now, don't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you can not only call in and speak to a counselor at Kids Help Phone, but you can also send in a post where you can expect a response within a couple days. But as of recently, we also introduced live chat. So if you're not comfortable talking on the phone, you do like talking, but you'd like an immediate contact with a counselor, you can live chat.
Just any final thoughts from anyone from Degrassi before we wrap?
Well,
I think, first of all, everyone has been amazing here, just as far as the stories they've been telling. Such a weird thing to talk about because it's not like you can say I have a broken arm and everyone can see you have a broken arm. We really hope that this will just create more dialogue in people's homes and at their schools. That would be the best thing that could come out of this, the loss of Cam.
Thank you, Alicia and Taylor, for being so courageous and sharing your stories and getting so personal with us. And thank you to the audience for being here and for being brave and for talking. And I hope that, if anything, we've given you hope and a forum to talk about it. Please contact Kids Help Phone if you need to talk to anyone. It's 24/7, 365 days of the year, available via phone or on the internet via email. And thank you so much for watching this. This has been Much Talks Degrassi.